Good evening, ma'am. I, Anshita, with my friends Aparajita, Sanchita, Bhavya, and Jessica, on behalf of Harding Chronicles, would like to welcome you today. It's such a pleasure to have you today with us. We are really grateful for sharing your precious time with us.
Fine. Hi, girls. Good to be here.
Ma'am, about what we'll be discussing today. It is the tendency of our generation to look up to or idealize only those people who are celebrated across the world. But so many times we fail to recognize that those who are immediately around us also have led equally or rather even more challenging lives. So their drive to achieve their dreams through all the obstacles deserves to be celebrated, at the very least by those that know them. So it is for this reason that we at Harding Chronicles have gathered here today. So as Women's Day approaches, we wish to capture and celebrate the struggles, the beauty and the tales of the women who we have been fortunate to get as our alumni and faculty. So, ma'am, you have made it so far from being a UG student to becoming one of the most well known names in your specialty. We are sure that your inspiring life is full of messages for us.
Uh, well, girls, it is indeed a very good initiative, and it's great to be here on this platform with young budding doctors and Hardonians. I think that is something which is the main hallmark of the girls of Harding. They are supposed to be very strong, and we are very very proud of our students. So, with that, I think if you ask me, as I've been an alumni of Postgraduate Institute of Medical Sciences, Rohtak, and I've been in Harding as a faculty. I joined as an assistant professor way back in '96. I'm sure most of you were not born at that time. Yeah, so that was a time when I started, and my journey in Harding has been since then. And I've been even the head of the department. I've gone up to the level of head of the department. So to graduate from an undergraduate to a postgraduate, then a senior resident, and then a junior faculty, and moving on to head of the department has been an amazing journey. And it is not a sudden change. So it is a very, very gradual thing. So while you're moving along, you kind of absorb a lot of things. So what I felt as a undergraduate or as a postgraduate, I have always remembered that, and I've tried to adapt my work culture and even the environment in which I work based on my previous experiences. So I always remember them, the good and the bad ones. So that is what influences my way of working and my way of teaching and my way of interacting with my patients. So what I say is that when you are working under anyone or in any team, so there is sometimes you feel that the team is not good, my senior is not good, I am working under someone who is not a very strong clinician or a teacher. So one of my teachers told me once, and I've remembered it all through my life, that you learn from the bad and the good points both. So whatever you don't like, you remember that you are not going to repeat that. That's a live example. And what is good, you absorb. So I think that is what has been very very important. I always tell my students that only. So sometimes I say you go to the OPD, different clinics, so you see how everyone is interacting. So you learn from each one, right? So that is what is the gist. So it's been a beautiful journey, and to be a student and then to be a teacher is amazing, is amazing. Yeah.
Ma'am, we really feel very fortunate to be a part of this conversation today with us. We really hope it's really a great experience to listen to your tales and stories. So, as she mentioned, Women's Day is approaching. So, and you are a role model for all of us. So, we have a couple of questions, and we would be pleased to hear from you. So, with your due permission, can we start?
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Firstly, we would like to hear about your UG days and how does it feel to be on the other side of the table, transitioning from a student to being a faculty? So, Mom, how does it feel to have reached here today and carrying the legacy forward? We would really like to know.
Yeah, so as a student, I feel that you stay a student all through your life. You keep growing, you keep learning. So it is not that you always have to learn from a person who's older to you. You keep learning from all those who are around you. So basically, I feel it is just a kind of a spectrum, where on one end you are a student, an undergraduate student, and on the other end you go as faculty. Is it right? So but then, being a doctor, I think it is important to understand that our learning never ends. You keep honing up your skills of interacting with people, of your priorities also change. You learn what, you become aware of the facts, aware of your strengths, and what you can give to the society. So as a undergrad, you dream of things, and as you grow up, you get empowered to deliver it. So I think that is how it goes about when we talk about a student and a faculty member or a teacher. So remember to remain a student all through your life.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's really comforting to know and hear it from you, our teachers, our faculty, and it must be a great experience, the UG life, and it's definitely a memorable journey. And we all know no journey is smooth, and we come across a number of challenges in our day to day life. So, what were the hurdles that you encountered, and that challenged you from moving ahead and proved to be an obstacle? And ma'am, how did you tackle them? And how should we deal with these problems, with the difficulties?
Right. So basically, I grew up in a family where I had three sisters, and very supportive parents. They actually supported us in all our ventures. So there was no challenge there, to get into medicine. So that was one aspect. I think I was, lucky that way. Then once I got into the journey of my undergraduate days, so not I was not very clear about what I wanted to pursue. So I think I just went with the flow. And obstetrics, I went in because I like both medicine and surgery. So I wanted a combination of the two, and that is how I came to obstetrics. And if I'm a first generation doctor. So I feel that there were a lot of opportunities which I was not aware of when I was as a student and even as young faculty. So I think that is what I thought was one of the challenges or obstacles, which I feel that but how have I tackled is that I have still remained a student. So even those things which I missed out as a young faculty, I still undergo various courses and other things. I don't hesitate in kind of taking those courses which may be very basic. So that's what I said. You stay a student all through your life, and you stay young, and you stay agile. The day you think your studies are over and you have now become a faculty member, I think that's the end of it.
That's really very motivating, ma'am, that we should be a lifelong learner and be a student throughout our life and always young from heart. And your words are definitely going to inspire young minds like us after hearing your words. So, Aparajita, you can continue.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, as a woman who has been in the medical field for so long, is there something that you wished you knew beforehand? Were there any things that you came to have learned the hard way?
That's kind of if I look back, I think things have just moved on smoothly. I don't think there was anything special which I kind of had to which I would think that if I had known about it, I would have known. But yeah, one thing which I've learned over the years is that if you have to change a system, or if you have to bring about changes, it is not a one giant leap. You have to take small steps. So I think that was one thing, which you must learn, because when you are young, you always feel that you can bring about a change. Why is the system not working? So you should not give up. So basically, I think one should be always mentally prepared to take small steps to bring about change in the work culture and in the environment. So that is what I have learned. And the second thing which I feel is that one should not get disturbed very fast, and get frustrated. So frustrated should be nothing which should be there in your lingo. So people are there, they have their different ways of working. So if you want to make a change, so first you change yourself and be a role model. So I think that is the way forward. Never give up. Nothing is impossible. So that is what I would firmly believe on. And these are the things which you learn only by experience. So there's nothing which I think as a young person, if I had known, I would have made any difference. But I think you learn it by experience, and that is how then you can bring about changes. I think that's it.
Yes, ma'am. Small steps to a bigger change.
Absolutely.
So, ma'am, throughout your life, you played so many different roles as a daughter, sister, mother, a friend, and along with all of those, being a successful medical practitioner. So, ma'am, how did you balance all of these roles?
Uh, well, I guess all women are multitaskers. Yeah. So I don't think so. Any of the roles is difficult to play. Yes, of course, there are certain times when you become a little overwhelmed. Especially, I guess, when you are in something between 28 to 32 years of age, wherein you have to start you are under pressure to get married, have babies. At the same time, there's a time when you are to finish with your MD and get. So that is the time which was a little overwhelming. But then I guess that I feel that if you flow with the flow, there is nothing which is difficult. So it is, I don't say that you should not dream, you should dream. But I guess you can take your time, be comfortable, be at peace, on your mind. Your prioritization should be excellent. So every time when you have multiple things to do, so I think you can prioritize, and then pick up things which need to be done at that particular point in time. I might sound a little old timer, but well, I think there is a biological clock. So if you have to have babies, then you might have babies, and then finish off with that task, and then move on. So I never got overwhelmed. I tried to keep my mind more stable, and not trying to, you have to understand. I think it is all about prioritization and taking one thing at a time, right? So that is the way you can juggle it. If you try to do too many things together, I think that is what puts you under a lot of stress and problems. So whatever you do, enjoy doing it. Is it right? Whichever role you are playing, do it to your best. Is it right? But then one must understand that everything cannot be perfect in life. Is it right? All what is important is that you should feel happy about what you are doing, and you should be at peace, and you should be at ease. I think that is what is important. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. That was very. We should definitely take one thing at a time in our lives. We're so distracted trying to juggle everything. So, um,
Ma'am, I'd like to ask, like, there are certain times, I'm sorry for the background noise. There are certain times that it's unavoidable to have multiple tasks at one time. So, how do we just go about prioritizing? Because you never know what is of priority, and there are times when we are confused what is, what is going to carry out for a long term, and we just puzzled about it.
Yeah.
So going with the flow, like, it just makes us annoyed or what?
Yeah. No. I fully agree with that. There is something which is known as a prioritization matrix. There's something which is known as point of care quality improvement methodology. So it is not that I'm trying to take you through something which is theoretical, but I think that is something which is very great. They say that you list out all your things which have to be done, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then you look up, uh, evaluate it on various angles. So one angle would be its feasibility. How much time is it going to take, whether it is within your reach or not. Do you have other people to kind of pitch in? So you better select that part which is under your control, which is will give you results faster, right? Which will have an impact, long term impact. There are certain things which may not have so much of impact. It is that you feel that at that particular time that should happen, but long term it may not affect. So there is a way by which you can give some scoring, and then in your mind, and then decide. And something which can be done right now, which cannot be done later. So you have to put a prioritization matrix. So if you do a Google search on point of care quality improvement methodology, so that is not only for improving the system, it is also for putting your life in order. So just go through it, and it is really, really amazing. It tells you, and it might help you in deciding what to be done first. So how much time is available, how important is it, how easy is it, how useful it is. So all those things have to be taken into account. So if your mind is at ease, I think things get sorted out. So if you take too much of burden and get too much stress out of it, that I have so much of, don't ever say I'm very busy, I'm very busy, I'm very busy. I think that is something which is very bad. So you must always say that give time to yourself. Never ever be impulsive. I understand it is a personality trait, but then try to be calm and take time in deciding. And then what about your friends? You have a good friend circle. So out of them, who are the ones on whom you can depend, who are going to be your emotional anchors, who are going to be your, who would endorse what you have to do. And sometimes you are in doubt. And then of course your parents, your seniors. So there are a lot of people who can kind of guide you. So never hesitate in kind of taking opinions, but then decide yourself. The final decision should be with you. Take inputs from others, but decide at your end, right?
Definitely, ma'am.
Jessica has the next few questions.
Ma'am, as we all know that Lady Harding is unique in a way that it is a girls' college. What do you think is the importance of girls' college in today's age?
Jessica, I have always studied in a co-educational school, college. So it's only that I'm a faculty member at Harding, wherein it is an all girls college. So I guess that there should be no distinction. To my mind, although girls college is a very cozy environment, I guess that girls enjoy it more, because you have a lot of bonding, and you have a free space. You can be whatever you want to be. But I guess that there should not be any distinction. That's my personal opinion. So I feel that um, there should be nothing like this is all women's, this is all girls, this is all boys. So I do not personally I'm not a proponent of confined areas for different people. I feel that everyone should be equal. Yeah, equal and in the same environment. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we all know how important friends are during college. Means no one can get through this alone. What do you think is the role of your friendships in your achievements, or any conversation you remember with your roommate? Or
Yeah, friendships are the greatest pillars of strength. I have a lot of friends. We've grown together, we've become obstetricians together, we've come into public health together. And you have friends who have common dreams, right? And it is such a beautiful experience that when you grow up, and when you reach certain stages in life, or certain positions in life, wherein you can bond and bring your dreams happening and making your dreams come true together. So it is when you are young, it is emotional bonding, emotional support. Okay. And endorsement of what you are doing. So those are the things. But as you keep growing up, you also share your views about many important issues, especially as an obstetrician. We will talk together about there should be pain relief, there should be respectful care. And then you have people working at different levels, and it is such a beautiful experience that you can get together and make something possible which otherwise appears impossible. So I think that is a wonderful, wonderful experience. And women friends, I have made some very, very good friends, very, very strong people from different specialities as well. But I guess that the bonding, I don't know what it is between the boys, but between the girls, I guess that the bonding is absolutely strong and more on the emotional level. That's what I feel per se. But I bond more with my girlfriends than with my boyfriends. So that is how it is. So this is what is my personal feeling. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am, for that input.
Ma'am, how about taking friendships for a long term? Like, we've all seen that our school friends, if I was to say for myself, my school friends, I'm not able to connect with them a lot now. So, since medicine is a very long phase, and MBBS itself is 5.5 years. So, how do you feel connecting with those undergraduate friends that you had in
No,
college?
you, no. Bhavya, you don't have to worry about it. They will seek you and they will hunt you and they will get connected with you. So basically, being a doctor is, whatever you say about the profession, I think it is a beautiful profession. And you are different. You are different, and you can help out anyone in at any time. And with the social media now, got I guess we've got connected to our school friends with whom we never thought we would get connected. So but long term friendships is one thing, and that strong just जैसे फेविकॉल का बॉन्ड होता है, वैसी वाली फ्रेंडशिप इज समथिंग which is different. You do have those kind of friendships, and even if you don't meet them frequently, but that kind of connect with your heart is there. So and believe me, I have we've got connected on social issues, we got connected on public health issues, and we've been able to do so much together. When I was a senior resident, I had a postgraduate, so we were very good friends. My postgraduate taught me how to drive, and now we both were at such high levels and we could connect. And we could, I remember the first time she took me around in a matador, not a matador, that was a Maruti van. So we put a L and she took me all around the ring road, we went together. So you have those kind of fun times. And now when we grew up, we could do so much together for the cause of the women. So that is what is friendship. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, like, what is your take on senior junior relationships? As you said that you had a postgraduate who taught you how to drive. So, being like medicine, what we have seen is a lot of hierarchy. Have you ever faced and like have you ever objected, found it as an obstacle, and you felt that this should go away? Or where do you think hierarchy should come in medicine?
If you really ask me, I am not a proponent of a very firm hierarchical system. Some amount of, there is something about being having mutual respect, right? But I feel that if you look at good institutions, they have least of hierarchical system. So the first year, second year, third year PGs all are at the same level. So I guess, but there are a lot of articles published even from UK. Hierarchical system is there everywhere. Okay. But I believe that the more open the system is, the more what is the bottom line is a mutual respectful relationship. So I think that is something which is missing in our system. uh, you will do what you see your seniors doing it. Is it right? But somewhere down the line, if we look up, there's been a very strong hierarchical system in the past. So even if we try to dilute it, It is difficult, but it is not impossible. So I believe that more open the system is, the more conducive the environment is for everyone to learn together.
Definitely, ma'am. Ma'am, one question I also had is one question I had, like you being an obstetrician and gynecologist, what is one change that you would like to see in women in general? You have seen women from the urban and the rural areas, so something that you want to bring about.
So basically, I feel that what is important, I'm not too clear about your question. Is it for the girls or is it for the women? You have women in different age groups. Like we would deal with students on one aspect, we would deal with pregnant patients and women from that the other aspect, and we would also deal with women who are very old, okay, menopausal age group and others. So we have a spectrum of patients, not patients, but people with whom we interact with. So I feel that it is important for women as a whole to be comfortable with their own self, right? Because I guess that there is a conflict in the mind of women, wherein they are trying to prove themselves. So that is not desirable. So I feel that what is important is, uh, you should not get influenced by what others expect out of it, out of you, or what are you supposed to do. So basically I feel that you should be comfortable with your own self and enjoy doing whatever roles. You should, your identification with your own self is something which should not be confused. you know so if I am a woman and I decide to have babies, or I decide to get married, so that's my own decision. Is it right? So what I feel is that people are little confused about their identity and about their roles. So that is why there is a lot of confusion. So if you are at ease with yourself and you are doing whatever you want to do as per your own decision, and don't expect people to kind of support you. Why should they support you? So I feel that I should be an individual as it is, take my own self, be at ease with myself, and not get disturbed with what people say. And neither am I there to prove or disapprove anything what they feel. I do whatever is okay with me, and with whatever I am comfortable with. So all women should not get influenced by extraneous factors. They should be what they are. They should take self care, because if you take self care, that's only then can you be useful and be your best. So from my side, the message always is that be comfortable with what you are doing, be responsible with what you are doing without seeking support. Be
Independent, being
absolutely
totally.
independent in your mind, and be comfortable with what you are. So I think that is what.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
If you could say something motivating or advice to young girls and young medicals, what would?
Yeah. So basically I would again say that it is focus on your self care. If you are physically and mentally healthy, only then can you give your best, right? And it is important to be respectful to all, irrespective of the status, irrespective of the gender, irrespective of seniority, or a person who's junior, irrespective of the socioeconomic status. I think you have to be respectful, and you should be always at ease. And the only thing you can control is your own mind. You cannot control others. So if anyone is reacting or responding in whatever way which you are not liking, leave it alone. It is not your area. You can only control your reaction to a particular kind of environment. So I guess you should be in full control of yourself. So I firmly believe in that. And I think that's the way forward.
Thank you, Mom.
It was so nice hearing you, and we are so grateful. I feel like इतना तो हमने पूरे first year में नहीं सीखा जितना इतना. It was a small session, and I felt like I should make notes and stick notes. I stick it on my table. Like, it's really motivating, ma'am. I'm really fortunate and happy to be a part of this conversation.
Great, girls. It was great interacting with you all. All the best. And I'm sure you're going to be the most successful women and make us proud, as you grow up. So, all the best.
Thanks a lot, Mom. It's just the small steps that we are taking towards something bigger. So, interacting with you was a nice experience for all of us, definitely, Mom. Thanks a lot for being a part of this conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you so much, ma'am. With this, we come to an end, and we hope that such opportunities to interact with you keep coming in the future, because we've learned so much in this short amount of time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
Okay. Bye bye.